In this video, I'm going to be philosophizing on existing meaning and living meaning, in contrast to non-existing meaning and non-living meaning. As we current to future experience existing meaning in the currents of thought that have different categoricalizations, as a must be good enough and necessarily necessary conditions, subjetivo-objetivo relationships, develop the aprofundagem processos dentro específico desenvolvimento, mente-corpo, coletividade, associativities, develop into the connections between connective, associative, component parts and elements of operating meaningful utterances of thought that have units of analysis, analytical meanings, operate different to the meaningful emotions and meaningful emotion processes, allowance, creativity to be engaging meaning interpretation, inherent to our capacity to configure and sequence the different meanings of analytic terms. As direct perception is the preliminary navigational process existing to the self rather than non-existing. Had we not had direct perception, there'd be a non-existent property, absent of existent properties, as to only exist as a representor, meaningful as a zero, a representative categorical of nothing that has representors coded to that and instantiate to its substantiated meanings the categorical of meaning interpretation, containing only the sound bites and visual representors that allow us access to the inference of that meaningful information from a seemingly nothingness that exists and has living meaning as we meaning interpretate it in the current. And it's in the current and existing, living and existing, meaningful information exists, reciprocal, dynamical relation to the existent proof of as the meaning as it's processed within conscious direct perceptions, creating meaning processes and can creatively develop into meaningfulness processes as engaging the existing priors rather than the non-existing priors that are only meaningful as a manner of creating more valid validations of the valid, psychologically true and meaningful criteria that develop into our capacity to constitute meaningful meaning interpretations associated with the terms to terminological definitions that are well-defined rather than vague, as the well-defined creates access to true meaning and meaning interpretations that we can constitute the meaning of domain-specific perception, action, and or behavior, developing the meaningfulness in life that develops the meaning processes into developmental meaningfulnesses. That's all I want to say for this video. I hope you have an awesome one and keep developing those episodes.